Are we going purple and red?
Hello and a very good afternoon wherever you're watching around the world. Welcome to the Channel Islands and more specifically Jersey and the home of Jersey Reds, where we're counting down to this 3 o'clock kickoff between Jersey and the Cornish Pirates. We're live from the Stade Santander International for the last time this season, with the Reds up against Pirates on the last day of the regular league campaign. Of course, it's been a far from regular season, a much shortened season because of COVID, but the fans are in again today as we count down the next few minutes to the kickoff. Surrey's and Ealing, we already know, will be in the end of season playoff. We know they're going to be the top two teams. For the Reds, though, a bit of an up and down season. They look set for a mid-table finish no matter what happens here today, going into its 7th in the table, as we can see there on the screen now. The Cornish Pirates, meanwhile, they are 4th, so a point today would guarantee them at least a top 4 finish, but they'll be hopeful of pushing on up into the top 3 come the end of the season. These teams have met already in pre-season some time ago now. Feels like an awful long time ago actually, back in February when the Pirates were winners by 26 points to 13 that day in February at the Mene. No one really knew back then whether we'd really squeeze the season in, but we have. Alongside me for commentary this afternoon is the ex-Hartbury man, Harry Cochrane. Harry, afternoon to you. It's just been great, hasn't it, to have live sport back and now to have the fans in too. The first time that the Pirates have played in front of fans this season.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim. I mean, you can really feel the buzz around the crowd today. I mean, it's going to hopefully give that extra 10% and can result in a good Jersey win. You can really feel the buzz today. It's going to be a cracker.
Well, looking at the lineups which have come into us now, I mean, both sides able to put out really strong sides this afternoon. There are a few injuries around, there always are going to be, as the Pirates make their way out onto the pitch. Led out by their captain Tom Duncan, a number of the Pirates making their last appearance for the club today. Rodri Davis on the bench, we've heard in the last couple of days, this will be his last appearance for the Pirates, his 23rd appearance for the scrum half if he comes on. AJ Cantin there back from injury. And here come the home sides, and it's Lewis Wynn who leads them out. Wynn, who's played every single league game for the Reds this season, started all of the games, along with Brendan Cope and Brendan Owen. They've been ever presents for Harvey Billion. So last day of the season, both teams wanting to finish on a high. How tricky is this, Harry, this kind of game where not huge amounts riding on it for either side, but you want to finish strongly?
Yeah, it's easy to kind of fall into the bracket of some quite champagne rugby. So again, like the last game we commentated on, they lacked a little bit of composure against Coventry. So hopefully today, Jersey, they can be a bit more clinical and then red zone. And like we said, it should be a cracking game. Both sides looking to attack.
So the Reds wearing their reds get us underway for the last time here at the Stade Santander International this season. And Brendan Cope, the fly half, hangs that one down towards the 22 away to our left. Pirates going from left to right as we look on from the balcony of the clubhouse in this first half. It's with the scrum half, Brasilia, who hangs that one high. Underneath it's the wing for Jersey, and it's Brendan Owen. And we've seen some great displays from Brendan Owen this season.
Yeah, his whole season's been almost a highlight really. He's been fantastic, but just doing the dirty work there and cleaning up really well. But looking forward to seeing him back in his normal position on the wing. Looking forward to seeing him in attack and what he can offer today. Jersey
then with possession, and it is with the fly half Cope, who goes wide to Van Bredar, who's signed a permanent deal with Harvey Billion's men. Been here on loan this season and now looks set to stay for a good few years ahead. Some big early hits coming in there. You could hear muscle on muscle.
Again, a little bit sloppy from Jersey there, but yeah, going back to Scott van der Breede, I mean, he's been a cracking addition for Jersey this year. He's kind of been the rock at the back, and he's been in that back three pendulum, which has been fantastic. So I'm sure Harvey would be very happy to get his signature on paper.
Robson then, the fly half for the visitors. We'll find a touch down the left. Not massive ground made, but good ground made from Robson, the ex-Dragons man. Signed permanently for the Pirates recently as well. So yeah, a number of players that will have just put pen to paper in recent weeks, or have been announced in recent weeks for both sides. And also a number of players going to be saying goodbye today as well. I was speaking to the coaches beforehand about wanting to finish the season in with a good display here to send off those players in the right manner.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some of them, like you mentioned before, they've been here a while, so it'd be nice to send them off with a good victory from both sides.
at the ruck then, back into, I think it was Frost there. He's tackled. And now with a fly half, Robson. Oh, maybe a high tackle in there. Referee going to let it go. He is. Pirates still got possession of the ball. That's a good offload there in the tackle to Wyatt.
This is where Pirates are so dangerous on that front foot ball. 1 to 15, all ball players.
Well, the ball's gone forward in there.
A little bit of handbags there, Tim. That's what we love to see.
Some early handbags. What are we, 2 minutes in? And the referee going to call play back. These sides then, the 21st meeting between these sides, 10-10. The record so far, which points to another keenly contested one this afternoon. Jersey's first ever championship game in the Green King IPA Championship was against the Pirates. I remember commentating on that one. I think maybe 3,000 in that day, and a real good atmosphere around the club to kick off Jersey's stint in the second tier, which continues. And you know, over those years, Jersey have just gone from strength to strength. I know they've dropped back a bit further to mid-table this season, but I would have been delighted with how well they've progressed over the last decade, really, up through the leagues.
Yeah, they've become a pretty notorious name within the league. I mean, it's a team, as an opposition player, you never look forward to playing, and it's all credit to Jersey and how far they've come. It's been a great rise through the ranks.
Well, scrum penalty goes Jersey's way, and that bodes well for the game ahead.
Yeah, I think that's you've seen pretty much what epitomises Jersey and then why they have risen through the leagues. Just their set piece is always something they've built their game around, and the first opportunity they get there to implement it on the game, they've succeeded. So look to Jersey to terminate that area today.
Well, the Jersey front row, Dan Richardson, Clark and Parker. And the Pirates with the front row, Walker, Frost and Schickling, the former Namibian under-20, making his debut for the Pirates in that front row today. Good touch found down the left for the home side, just outside the 22. And a chance here for the hosts to get into that 22 for the first time this afternoon.
I'm not a betting man, Tim, but I can feel a catch and drive coming in.
Well, it looks like you're on, and at the back of that drive is Clark with the ball under his arm, the hooker, and looks like some advantage coming Jersey's way, but Clark breaks from the back of that drive. Tackle comes in, but the referee have been playing the advantage and is going to call play back for that penalty to the hosts.
See, I'd like to see Jersey go for the corner again here, Tim, show that attacking mindset. Again, like we spoke about previously, not an awful lot to play with, so let's try to get the scoreboard ticking with a try early on.
Cope is going to go for the corner, finds it around the 5 metre, and despite the scrum half Brasilia asking for it to be a little further out, it's going to be on that 5 metre, and a chance here again for a drive from the home side. Good first line out from Clark. Let's see who he can find this time. He does find a man in red, and again Jersey will look to drive, and again it's recycled back to Clark at the back of this driving maul. The maul just turning now. A few players on the wrong side, and are they going to get there? Are they going to get to the line? It's gone to ground. The referee says held up. Well, he had a good look at that. He did have a good look at that. And the referee's decision, well, certainly his initial decision, is that has not been grounded, and it's no try. But good early work from the forwards all round. First at the scrum, which they were able to win the scrum penalty, and then 2 good line-out drives. Yeah,
it looked like Cornwall did really well there to shear that off at the front, but it looked like Jersey just got a breakaway. We weren't quite able to find the grass over the line, unfortunately. But yeah, like I said, Jersey will look to really dominate that area, so that will be encouraging signs early on for the Reds.
Good to have you with us on Jersey Reds TV this afternoon, as we've just got a stoppage in play here with some running repairs to one of the home side. The Pirates coming into this needing a point to guarantee a top 4 finish, and speaking to the coach Alan Paver before the game, he was saying if they can get that win today and finish 3rd, 4th, then that's a successful season for them. After a good start against the Saracens, that brilliant result first up, he would see that as a successful season. A loss today and they just dropped down a little bit. I think they'd have a few regrets after the way they started the campaign. Yeah, most definitely. They've definitely bridged the gap between the top setters. So obviously the Premiership team that usually drops down inevitably go back up, but that gap between Ealing and Cornwall has always been quite sporadic, where now they're really looking to close that, and it's all credit to Cornwall. I mean, they've been fantastic throughout the years, playing their brand of rugby, and they've been really successful with it. Well, both these sides with big wins against Hartbury last time out. The Reds with a 50 points to 19 win, and 52-26 was the result when the Pirates took on Hartbury a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned earlier the way the fixtures have fallen, and with restrictions in Jersey being different to in Cornwall, this is the first time that Cornish Pirates have been in front of a crowd this season, whereas for Jersey, their third home game in front of the spectators. And Jersey scrum then on that 5 metre.
Be interesting to see what they do here, Tim. I should think we'll see Barnes coming hard up the middle. He's been pretty prolific in that area so far this season, so I look for him to go route one here.
Yeah, Dan Barnes, the centre, along with his midfield partner Jack Roberts today. And the referee on this occasion, what's he done? Giving it Pirates' way by the looks of things. Free kick given by the referee, who's Dean Richards. We've not mentioned him yet this afternoon. Dean Richards, the man with the whistle. And a chance for the Pirates to clear their lines. I think it was free kick rather than penalty given there, so...
I think he gave an infringement for early engagement. But again, it's something that we've kind of come immune to with Jersey now. Like, just some sloppy areas and uncharacteristic from them. Usually they're a pretty disciplined black and white team, whereas just a few errors creeping in within the last few performances, which they'll be looking to iron out come next season.
Yeah, so it will be Jersey's ball down the left. We mentioned, or you mentioned, Dan Barnes there and Roberts. I've been really impressed with the way they've linked up this season in the midfield for the Reds, and different style of play you were saying earlier to the Cornish Pirates centres.
Yeah, definitely. The difference in it will be quite, just a knock on there, will be interesting to see. You've got Will Butler for the Pirates, who likes to dance around, likes a lot of time on the ball and a lot of space, uses feet, whereas Dan Barnes is a little bit more direct, so it'll be nice to see the dichotomy between the two players. Yeah,
Barnes it was there who couldn't gather the ball correctly. That might be forward from the Pirates down the left. Referee happy for play to go on. Little grubber. Snuffed out by Van Bredar, who comes over halfway. Kick over the top to chase onto from the fullback.
Well to clear that up.
Yeah, it's well watched, and Holden, the winger, takes the ball into contact. No points on the board then. Nearly 9 minutes played here at the Stade Santander International in this last Green King IPA Championship game of the season. Robson straightens it up a little bit there and it's run into a bit of trouble. I think it's going to come back Pirates' way. Yeah, it is. And Marlon Walker, the front row, takes up the play.
Jersey again, ferocious indeed. Some of the shots going in you can really hear. And they've got some good reward there. Jersey again looking to operate that blitz defence, so they're getting off the line really quick. But again, a better width so far. They haven't got executed outside on the outside yet, so they can keep that width and keep coming off the line. Should bode well for them going forward.
So rather shortened championship season coming to an end this afternoon. I mentioned earlier the Reds 7th in the table going into this one, so hoping to finish somewhere around the middle of the table, maybe edge into the top half. And then look to build on that next season. A number of players that we were hearing about earlier in the week that have pledged their future to the Reds. I suppose when it's a shortened season and you haven't quite, as Jersey scrummaged really well again, but it's gonna...
It's given advantage there, Tim.
Well, I thought Jersey had certainly had the momentum at the scrum. Maybe the number 8 was holding on to the ball on the ground a bit at the back, but it's gone the Pirates' way.
Yeah, judging by Rob Webber's voice down below, I'm sure he feels pretty aggravated by that. Does seem a bit harsh, that, Tim, but again, what do we know?
Well, the Pirates are into opposition territory for the first time in a while, and they will have the line out down the right. And Dan Frost it is who will come down to take it, joining Wasps this summer, but he's been superb for the Pirates.
He's been outstanding, yeah. Hat-trick recently against Hartbury, which I've got no comment about. But no, he's been fantastic. A real dynamic, kind of the new hybrid of player. Like, he kind of combines his athleticism with some real good technical arrows, which again is your meat and drink as a hooker. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he plays today.
Yeah,
with all the hype around him.
It's a good battle in the front row this afternoon.
Looks like Hinksy's having a bit of a sideline trouble there.
Yeah, the referee just asking a couple of the backroom staff on the sideline just to cool things down, as Frost will eventually be allowed to take this line out. It's a little long, it's not clean, but it is going to stay with the visitors. And just pop back into that man Frost again, who's tackled. Powerful front row.
So dynamic in that contact area. It looks a real handful to tackle, all straight for the middle.
Yeah, tries to offload it. It's going to find its way to Coalfield, the second row. Again, not completely clean from Pirates, but keeping possession of the ball, going through a few phases, and that's lovely handling down the right. Really well worked this from the visitors. Dummies to go inside the centre, Butler there, but instead takes the ball into contact. First real attacking opportunity for the Pirates today, and they're going to get a penalty down there in the corner.
It's a brilliant interlink play there, Tim. It's what Pirates have notoriously done really well there. Their ball skills 1 to 15, like I mentioned before, are fantastic. I'd like to see Will Butler give that inside.
Yeah, I just wondered if that was the right option to go it alone or to pass inside. It's easy to say afterwards, I suppose, but
we got the perfect view for it.
Well, it is going to be a line out again down in that corner, and Frost again will come over to take this one. Good crowd in again at the Stade Santander International. Been deprived of their rugby for so long, but so keen to come back in over those previous 2 home games, both topping the 1,000 spectators in. That one's a bit cleaner, or much cleaner, from the Pirates, who try and set a drive of their own. Jersey have looked good in the forwards in the early stages, but the Pirates now looking to hammer Jersey back towards their own line.
Yeah, solid platform for Cornwall here. And he's
and
broken.
he's driven off the side as he reached the line, just short. Well defended there by the Reds. Good defensive display there at the back, and just about got away with that one, I think.
I think he's given a knock on. I think JB knocked it on the floor. Again, I love that from Jersey though, the ferocity and that. They didn't want to give any inch away.
Good defensive work there on their own line, the Reds. And the score remains at 0-0 with 13 minutes of this one gone at the Stade Santander International. And after a good spell from Jersey away to our left, now the Pirates responding with this move of their own. But yeah, I just wondered if he could have got to the line there. But we saw the last home game for Jersey that you and I watched here how well Coventry defended their line at times, and Jersey there able to stop the visitors going over and to get the scrum themselves. And Max Green, on his last loan appearance for Harvey Bouillon's men, will put this one in.
Yeah, I think Coventry gave Jersey a real blueprint of how to defend and get off their line and keep their spacings. And I think Jersey so far, they look like they've learnt their lessons from the Coventry, which is always a pleasing sign from a coach's perspective. But a good scrum from Cornwall here, really good scrum.
Yeah, and it's picked up at the back by Argyle on his 101st outing for the club. Big game for him, big moment for him, I know, and his family a week or so ago.
Yeah, very rare. You get to 100 caps at a club now, so that's a tremendous achievement from Max.
Jersey clear their lines after that difficult passage of play. It's gone now. Down in front of us, the ball bounced well back in play, but it had gone out, and so it'll be line out just down in front of our commentary position, somewhere near the 10-metre line by the looks of things. And again, a few of the players not happy with where the touch judge has given these line outs, and a few words there from Max Green to the man on the side again. Yeah, almost too worried about speaking to the official and forgot to take the line out properly.
Yeah, something's ruffled Max's feathers there. He looks like he's got his back out up about something going at Dan Frost. That'd be good to watch that battle now.
Yeah, some feistiness on the sidelines in the opening period of play. Not overly feisty on the pitch, although it's been combative, but on the sidelines, feisty. Right, scrum down then. Jersey ball, and it's with Max Green again as the packs come together. And I think after those early 2 scrums that look so positive for Jersey, the Pirates there have looked good at the scrum themselves in the last couple. Let's see how this one pans out.
Yeah, whether they've changed their process slightly to deal with Jersey's one trying to wheel it.
Well, again picked up by the number 8 Argyle into Cope now. Looked clever, but it's gone loose, and it's a grubber kick along the ground from Robson to chase onto. It's going to be covered by Green. He's done well there on the ground to secure possession. Referee happy he's not holding on for too long, and the ball will come back the way of the home side. Yeah,
that's one of them training ground moves that didn't quite go to plan. But again, I like the contempt from Jersey. I like where their heads are at today. They really want to try and play.
Jack Farrance took that one into contact. Spent 6 years in France before joining the Reds. Long clearance down towards halfway. Holden it is who plays it in field. No points on the board yet, but it's been a decent watch this. And now down the right with Walker. Has he got a foot in touch? He has. And it'll be Jersey ball, and Jersey will be a bit happier with the touch judge on this occasion.
Yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good outcome from Jersey there. I mean, Max Green did fantastic to clear up that bouncing ball. And then Jersey took their time, got Max back on his feet, and he found a good clearance. And then that good line speed enabled them to force Cornwall to touch. And now Jersey got an attacking platform on the 10. So yeah, great outcome.
16.5 minutes gone then at the Stade Santander International in this Green King IPA Championship game on Jersey Reds TV. Thank you for joining us. Still awaiting the first point of this contest as the water carriers are on and the physios are on. Just a bit of concern for one of the Jersey players here, just checking he's got full movement. I think it's Parker there. Yes, it is. Parker just getting some treatment. The Jersey prop, who will now be called straight back into action from the restart, from this Jersey Reds line out. And again, looks like a really healthy crowd in here. I wondered for a moment if Pirates weren't going to add any men into that maul, but they have, and Jersey have made a good few yards here. It's not the cleanest maul you've ever seen, and the ball on the ground there somewhere. Is the referee saying that's been held up or holding on?
I think that's Buchanan on the bottom of that. I think he's got right in the mixer there, and he's unable to take it to ground legally. It's frustrating for Jersey. There's some real momentum. It'd be nice for them to see if they had that attacking platform, they could probably used it a little bit quicker. So frustrating after a good set piece. So yeah, it's a word we've used a lot with Jersey throughout our commentary, isn't it? About frustration.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some good displays over the last month or so. Some big wins. You know, that 50 points to 19 win at Hartpury. We've seen the excellent display we saw here against Nottingham as well, where the running rugby was an absolute joy to watch. But there have been those frustrating moments in between as well. The loss against Coventry, some of those games that haven't quite gone to plan.
Yeah.
But you know, it's been a tough season all round. Players having to live within various bubbles. We were saying earlier on before we came on this bizarre situation where the Jersey photographers aren't allowed onto the pitch. The Cornish Pirates photographers have to be on the pitch because they're in that Pirates bubble. Yeah. And all sorts of things like that for clubs to deal with off the pitch through the course of the season. On the pitch, so much to deal with as well. And face masks on when inside, all that sort of stuff. So it's been a strange old season, but it's been great to see rugby back, because for a while looked like we could be waiting for even longer than we had to wait. And credit to everyone involved, whether it's on the pitch, in the background, at the Green King IPA Championship, that have got this season on and reaches its conclusion today in terms of the normal season, before Saracens and Ealing will go head to head in the playoff final. Here then the Pirates have it into the centres.
Great read.
Left they go, yeah.
Roberts.
And now with that man Dan Frost, who stood out in the early stages here ahead of his move to Wasps in a month or so's time.
Ball slowed down now here for Cornwall. They probably should look to exit here. Trying to play off slow balls, not really going to bode well for them. It's a turnover.
Yeah, Jersey have stolen here, and it's with Macaulay Cook.
Referee putting a good shot in there.
He's giving some advantage Jersey's way. The ball's gone loose, and the referee is going to watch this one carefully, because there's some afters on the ground here as well. Just keeping an eye on this, Mr. Richards, the referee. Right, as you were saying, right in amongst it, the referee, too much in amongst it, and he's going to have a quick word here as well with, I think it's Josh Caulfield that's being called across. It is.
I think he should have a word of some tackle technique. That was a fantastic textbook tackle from the ref. He was a ring of steel.
Is he on a contract for next season?
I tell you what, yeah, Harvey might be interested in that. I'd put pen to paper after that display. That'll be straight on the highlight reel, Tim.
Well, we await the restart, and I said he was going to have a quick word with the second row, Caulfield. It's slightly longer than a quick word. It's a firm word.
We've seen a few of them now. It's just boiling over, but as a new, well, you like to see that, don't you? It kind of shows intent from both sides, that they're here, that they're ferocious, they want to play, and I kind of like that. It's in a controlled manner. It's nice to see.
Penalty for the Reds, and it's Brendan Cope who finds a touch down the left. Still awaiting the first point in this game. We're halfway through the first half, quarter of the way through the game. Jersey Reds 0, Cornish Pirates 0. The Pirates needing a point from this game to be guaranteed top 4, but they'll be hoping to do better than that, finish in that top 3. And when you've got the likes of Ealing and Saracens in your league, third place would be a good achievement for the men from Penzance, who have got some defending to do now. Away to our left.
He's coming from the side again, Tim. I think the touch he's got to pick up on that. That's twice now they've come in from the side illegally.
Well, there's no advantage coming by the looks of things, so the referee's happy for things to continue, and it hasn't spotted that on this occasion. Green it is who gets it into the backs. Jersey along the right. That's a big hit, and there's going to be some advantage coming this time. And yeah, the referee's going to call play back. I wonder if he did see that in at the side a bit earlier on, or is this for the hit a couple of seconds ago? It's more central than that. So an offside, in fact, being signalled. And Jersey get this penalty in front of the posts.
Yeah, I'm going to contradict myself. I'd like to see them get some points on the board. It always does, but it goes well. Trying to get that little initial momentum to start with, get some points on the board, reset, take a 3-0 lead, and then go from there. A little bit frantic at the moment, but again, last game of the season, both teams looking to throw it round. It's inevitable.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier on about the record between these sides. 20 meetings between them over the years since the Reds achieved that promotion to the second tier, including the friendly, of course, at the start of or ahead of this season, and 10 wins apiece in the 20 meetings. So it pointed towards a close contest, and we've got a close contest on our hands, which, as you were saying, is possibly the reason, as well as it being pretty central that on this occasion Cope is going to try and get some points on the board for Bouillon's men.
Yeah, definitely steady the ship and then build a platform, and they can go from there. But yeah, Jersey have some cracking wins away down at the NA. They've had some fantastic results over there, so a team they notoriously do well against.
Well, through it goes, and the Reds have themselves a 3 points to 0 lead. And we had to wait 22.5 minutes for the first points, but when they've come to Jersey. Relatively even first quarter. I think early on we did see a lot of the play away to our left, but the Pirates came back into things and have looked decent at times as well, but maybe just about right. 3-0 to the home side feels about right in terms of what we've seen in this game.
Yeah, I think that's correct. When Cornwall have strung some phases together, they look pretty deadly. Like when they went down the right-hand side, they had some great interlink plays, so I think they just need to keep hold of the ball a little bit longer and try and build some phases of momentum.
Some neat stuff there from Barnes, made good grounds. From inside his 22 to a good few yards outside it. Again, the Pirates getting up quickly and perhaps forcing Max Green to go for the up and under. And that's been plucked out of the air really well. Jersey are going to get the first try here in the left corner. And it's Tom Williams who gets it on his last appearance for the club. He got a hat-trick in the first half last time out, and he's over again in the corner, and the Reds lead by 8 points to 0.
That's an absolute fantastic take from in the air. You had AJ Khan coming onto it, and he was able to propel himself up in the air, and he turned his body in the right direction, and then that initial acceleration once he hit the ground, it's an absolute well-class finish out from Tom Williams. That's fantastic. Cracking kick as well from Max Green. As a scrum half, you want to put out that completer ball, as you can see now from the replay. It gives Tom Williams time to get there.
Excellent.
Yeah, getting there ahead of the full-back pass, back from injury. Yeah, it's a sight we're not really familiar with. It's cracking to see. And this is the start Jersey would exactly been hoping for.
Williams amongst those top point scorers for the Reds this season, or top try scorers for the Reds. We've seen, of course, the quick feet of Brendan Owen as well up there amongst the top try scorers for the home side. But Williams the man this time, and here comes Cope. Just outside the 22, starts it to the right, bends it back in, no problem there. For the man who's the top point scorer in the league, that's his 82nd point of the season, 82 points for Brendan Cope this campaign in a shortened season, and takes the Reds into a 10 points to 0 lead.
Yeah, he'll be chasing down Owen Farrell's score, and that's a pretty cool accolade to be able to say, isn't it?
Oh, Williams there, finishing that one in some style. And now Pirates with some work to do after, what do we say, 22.5 minutes with no points on the board. Suddenly Jersey find themselves with a 10-point lead here at the Stade Santander International. You're watching it on Jersey Reds TV. Good to have you with us wherever you are around the world, watching on YouTube or however you're taking in this footage from the Channel Islands today. It's great to have you with us now. Jersey holding onto the ball too long on the ground there at the breakdown. Going to be a penalty to the Cornish Pirates. And an opportunity for them to get the ball down near the line away to our right and to maybe hit straight back here. That will be their target, not to let this 10-point deficit last too long.
Yeah, an unfamiliar position probably for Cornwall to be behind us early in the game. I think they'll go to the corner here, get the drive going, hopefully trying to bounce back quickly. I'm really enjoying the battle between the two nines at the moment. I don't know if you picked up a camera there, JB just pushing Max Green over, so look for some feistiness between them two. Notoriously, JB a very, very ferocious campaigner.
I guess, Jersey don't have a local rival as such, apart from Guernsey, of course, when the Siam Cup comes around, but at championship level. But there does feel like there's been a bit of rivalry between these clubs over the years, and on the pitch, just maybe getting a little feisty, a few afters going on, a few handbags, as you said earlier on. So one to watch.
Yeah, I think because Jersey notoriously have done really well against Pirates, and that probably doesn't sit too comfortably with being a Pirates.
Harvey Bouillon, an ex-Pirate himself,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly. There's always a little bit of extra animosity when you play against an old team, so I'm sure he'll be raring the boys on.
Well, just a stoppage here as we're awaiting a new ball. No. And again, it's Dan Frost starting at 2 for the Pirates this afternoon. His last outing for the club. He finds his man, and now what a Pirates got when it comes to the maul.
Jersey
Down to ground. If
really
Jersey
well.
pulled that down, the referee's happy enough. Ball set back. Pirates have it 5 metres out, looking to drive on that first phase. Stopped. Repelled on that occasion. Jersey have defended well so far. What have they got here?
Good speed.
Just short of the line, I think there. Referee watching on again to see if it's been grounded, just a metre short. Again, the Reds having to work closely. He's got to the line surely now. Over he goes. And the Pirates have hit straight back. After that good passage of play from the Reds, the Pirates have gone upfield and they've scored. And they get their first points of the afternoon and cut the deficit in half at 10-5.
Yeah, sign of a great team, that Pirates, their bounce back ability, and what you can see if we're going to get on the replay, their ability to latch onto the ball carrier. Actually you see it a lot from Exeter, so probably where they've nicked it from. Around the area, they get that latch on, and they've got 1 or 2 men, and from going from about 100 kg, you've got 300 kg there against a defender, and it just gives that extra little bit of power and that momentum. And able to take the line. You can see it.
The front row man, hard to see, but if it is, he's scored on his debut, and now the conversion attempt to come, being lined up by Arwell Robson, ex-Dragons man, in his blue boots this afternoon, and we'll hope to close the deficit further to just the 3 points. Excellent response this from the Pirates. Starts it out to the right and hopefully not put off too much by the noise. I don't know if it came over the tannoy just before he was striking there. I think it was the tannoy or a microphone clicking noise that just went off, but it's drifted wide nonetheless. I'm sure it wasn't deliberate, whoever it was, but it's not ideal when you're just starting your run-up. The score remains 10 points to 5.
It's quite clever it was odd delivery. I'm sure it was a Jersey fan, but
it's 10-5 the score. Try apiece. And the ball now with the number 8, Tom Duncan, the skipper for the Pirates, back in their own 22, away to our left.
Again, a sloppy penalty to give away, Jersey. Cornwall not going anywhere, they're having to exit into the wind. Worst case scenario for Jersey, they'd have had a line out on the 10 metre line. Now, penalty. As you can hear, Rob Weller quite animated, and rightly so. It's just a frustrating error to give away.
And just confirmation that it was Schickling on his debut for the Pirates, going over there from close range. So his first try for the club and his first outing for the club. And half an hour gone at the Stade Santander, and again, like we've seen down the years, another keenly contested game between these two sides.
Always lovely to go over on your debut as well, so I'm sure he'll be going on for that for many years to come.
Former Namibian under-20. Not too many Namibian internationals that would have scored here at in St. Peter or here in the islands over the years. That's good. Good little interchange in the middle of the park, and Kiri, the New Zealand-born flanker, was the man who picked it up nicely and took the ball into contact. On halfway, this is.
You can just sense this game's about to bust open at any minute. They're 50-50 balls away from just breaking the line, and Jersey hanging on well here, but Cornwall looking to really far into this game now. That's a cracking carry again.
If you are just joining us on Jersey Reds TV, good to have you with us. And again, is that the referee involved again? Is that off the ref?
Tell you what, he wants to get one of the playing shirts on, doesn't he? He wants to get his hands on the ball. He showed his contact skills, now he wants to show his presence in attack.
I knocked that one on. So it's going to come back, and it's going to be Pirates ball for the restart, just after the half-hour mark. Yeah, Jersey Reds TV, well done for finding us. Apologies for any of the technical issues you may have experienced in trying to get onto the coverage earlier on. Delighted to have you with us, and you're joining us, if you are just joining us, in a game that's really well poised here, with the Reds with a 10 points to 5 lead. Williams with the try for Jersey, claiming a high kick from Max Green and sprinting through to score, and then the Pirates hitting back with that Schickering try a short while ago to make it 10-5. Here at the scrum, not really going anywhere. and therefore picked up by Duncan, the number 8.
They tried the same thing as Jersey did. He's offside. Unfortunately, he's offside.
You reckon he's ahead of the
that's a
kicker
shame.
here? Yeah. So that was Williams just ahead of the kicker, wasn't he?
Both tried that wraparound play, you can see from 9, and it's the no-look pass. It's quite hard to give, but both times the 9 angle's just been a little bit off. And luckily for Cornwall, Tom Williams was onside, otherwise he looked like he was a shoo-in for that second try.
Yeah, referee on the money and picked up on that one. The offside given, and Pirates have the penalty. Finds touch down the Pirates' right. Pirates in their white, purple and black this afternoon. Jersey in their traditional home kit of almost all red, bit of white. And the ball with Dan Frost, the Pirates hooker. Looked okay at the line out so far, but that one has been stolen. So it's stolen forward. The referee's happy enough with it, and Richardson on the ground ensures it comes back Jersey's way. Again, another high one for Williams to chase onto, but underneath that is Holden. Just had a bit more time that time and was able to take it comfortably just on the edge of the 22.
Yeah, Malik Holden, he's a fantastic... Oh, it's a great break.
Well, an opportunity here down towards halfway. He's got a man outside on the right. He's got the scrum half right wide of him. Just looked a little bit slow there, almost a bit nervy rather than just going at the two Jersey defenders. It was a 2-on-2 situation, and maybe I just felt the Pirates lacked a little bit of impetus there in the attack when they could have looked a bit brighter.
As a previous 9, if I had a flank and catch, I'd be pretty worried. I think JB unfortunately looked like he was treading dead water there. And I'd like to see the 7 keep it in hand and maybe dart back on the inside. But again, he's dealing against Scott van der Breede and Matt Screen, 2 Premiership campaigners. I mean, they dealt with that really well. They used the touch line as their 16th man, shimmied them to touch and really didn't give them much option. It's cracking defence there.
Well, we saw that. But what we saw against Coventry in the previous home game was Jersey be too isolated in that similar kind of area, and Coventry were in for tries, whereas, as you say, Jersey were able to close the door on that occasion and not get away with it. But I just felt the Pirates had a good opportunity there. But
I think that'd be real pleasing from Jersey. I mean, like you said, you touched on the Coventry game. I think they finished about 90% of their line breaks, where so far Pirates have had 2 clean ones, and both times Jersey, they haven't panicked, they haven't rushed the decision of the ball player. They've kind of just used the touch line and let the ball player make the wrong decision and then capitalise on that. So yeah, some cracking defence from Jersey, and pleasing from Harvey Biljon's perspective.
Well, heading towards the last 5 minutes of normal time at the end of this first half. I mean, just when you see the wide shots and look around the ground, the sun's out, the fans are in, sunglasses on. It's brilliant to see live sport, and a privilege to be in here to watch this level of rugby. Free kick at the scrum on this occasion.
Does it? It makes a massive difference. From a player perspective as well, it makes a massive difference. I mean, I can't imagine what it's been like for the boys playing with no fans. But like those little 1% where you make a cracking hit, or there's that 2-on-1 pass they execute, it does make a massive difference. AJ Carney's got some great feet. I'd like to see him use them. There's space there.
Well, he ran into a little bit of traffic, managed to find his way through it, but it's Van Breda, his opposite number, who's managed to make some good ground over halfway for Biljon's men. With Brendan Cope now, the fly half. Barnes is tackled just by the 10 metre.
They could be on here. They look out the back, out the back, out the back.
Well, yeah, they've got men wide here, Jersey, into Van Breda. Can he release the ball in the tackle? No, it's closed off now. Is that holding on the ground? Yeah, not releasing his man, and it's taken quickly by Green, the scrum half, looking to catch the Pirates off guard, and it's gone forward. It's gone forward, so the Pirates get away with that as Green looks to catch them off guard. And as he just overturns his own decision, perhaps there, is there not back the 10 metres?
Well, no, Malik Holden very well. I'm sure he's probably given them a little bit of chat on the floor there. And I think the referee's picked up on that, and he's
reversed the decision, because I originally wondered if they weren't back the 10 as Green took it quickly. He certainly put his hand up to give it.
Yeah, he did. He gave the knock on.
Pirates
Maybe
way.
It might have been an interference from the touch judge, or like I said, I think he gave it for back chat.
Well, Green's just getting some treatment. I see what he's trying to do, taking it quickly and early, but didn't quite execute what he was hoping. Referee just getting some repairs to his equipment as well.
I think he's still sore from that shot he put earlier on, Tim.
Which of the two? Been heavily involved, the referee. Had lots to deal with. Can't say he's not been on the spot, though. Been very involved.
He has. It's ever a thankless job being a referee.
Well, he touched upon it earlier. It's been you can see it's a game that might boil over at some point. A lot of talk, and yeah, possibly that decision reversed. Either because he realised they went back to 10, or he's just reversed it because of the back chat again.
But either way, it's a fantastic opportunity now for Jersey. I think they'll go to the corner again, try and implement their drive. Whenever we're done with the referee, come on. Is Hinksy looking after him?
Yeah, just is it the communications equipment with the referee just being updated, or fresh batteries perhaps?
I'm sure with the amount Rob Weber's running his mouth from the tie, I'm sure he'll get one. He'll do a better job.
Someone down the shop get the double A's or triple A's.
Now we're back to it.
There's 1,000 people just wait for the restart, which we now have, and Brendan Cope will look for touch and finds a touch, probably 10 metres or so out down the left, just not dicing with the corner. And so Owen Clark, the prop, goes short this time round, finds his man, and Jersey look to get a drive. We saw this in the opening 5 minutes or so, this from the Reds, and they're reverting to that now as they try and find their way to the line for a second score. Are they going to get there? It looks like they've got the momentum. They do get the score. They drive over, and the Reds have their second try, and they lead by 15 points to 5.
It's such an attacking tool for Jersey. You see there straight away they give the initial right shoulder, which offsets Cornwall. So initially they're trying to, they call it biting their snake's head off. So they kind of turn it straight away, get that right shoulder, 5 men into it, and then it's correlated to a try. Fantastic try for Jersey.
And Clark is the man who's gone over for the Reds, the front rower. And that's Jersey's second try, and they lead 15-5 with the conversion to come as we tick towards half-time.
Yeah, straight away see. So Cornwall, they don't really have any option. They try and cut the snake's head off, but by doing that, they allow Jersey to get that right shoulder. Jersey get men in behind, and it's a pretty easy finish in the end.
So Brendan Cope will line this one up. Not a hugely strong wind, but there certainly is a wind out there that he'll have to contend with. We've seen him from this left-hand side so far, start it to the right and curl it back in as another aircraft flies over. For those that don't know the ground here in Jersey, for those Cornish Pirates fans watching, we're right next to the airport, so although there was a bit of a slow process for the Pirates getting through the arrivals hall today with the obvious COVID protocols going on, it wasn't far for them to come having touched down, just a quick walk or very short bus ride from the airport just over the road there. See it in the distance on these pictures. Here comes Cope then. Again, starts it to the right, and again it's going to curl nicely inside that right-hand post. Up go the flags. And as the clock ticks to 40 minutes, Jersey Reds lead by 17 points to 5. And I think a pretty good value for it based on what we've seen in this first half.
I think Jersey will be delighted going into half-time. They've been a lot more, bar the first opening 10 minutes, they've been very clinical on what they've done. And the opportunities they've had, they've capitalised on, and it's shown on the scoreboard. A fantastic lead. Against a Pirates side like this, they'll be delighted. With 3 minutes to go, I think they'll be wanting to get in half-time as soon as possible. What a take from Tom Williams.
Great take, that one. And into green it is now.
You can't
hangs that one high.
How hard a skill that is. And he's just taking it above his head. It's fantastic.
With the number 8 and the captain, Duncan. Tackled just outside the 22. What will Pirates feel? How they feel this first half gone?
I don't think they need to panic. Like there again, with Will Butler using his feet in the centre, they're a millimetre away from getting that offload through and then being on the front foot. So I don't think they have to panic. I think they just need a little bit more continuity within their phases. They don't really build it. They're trying to, like there you see, they're trying to play off second or third phase. You know, you need to be against a team like Jersey with their blitz defence. You need to be able to suck them in and earn the right to play out wide. Whereas right now they're kind of forced their hand a bit early. So I'd like to see them just have a little bit more time on the ball.
Line out down, the Pirates left them. And I wanted the referee blown for half time then, but I think there must be, probably be another couple. There's been quite a few stoppages. The clock we see on our screen is the one that's just continuous, so probably another couple of minutes to go.
Yeah, a team of Cornwall's quality. I look for them to bounce back. I should think 17-5 won't be the score going at half time. I can feel some points, unfortunately, coming for Cornwall here.
Yeah, there'll be the visitors hoping for something here on the stroke of half time to give them some positivity going in at the break at the Stade Santander International.
Jersey again nullifying that drive so well, which gives them no go forward. So again, Pirates having to play off back foot ball, which is so hard.
Yeah, Parata
what a
not able
ball that
to
is.
break the line, but his centre partner can here, and it's a good opportunity here for the Pirates to do just what we were saying in the corner. Is he going to get to the line? He is. Over he goes, and AJ Kant back from injury and back with a try in the corner to give the Pirates some momentum heading into half time.
The double pump there, I think we'll see on the replay, the double pump, it just initially, it gets the shoulder, the Jersey defender there, I think it was Barnes, he turns his shoulders due to the dummy and then enables him to drop that delicious little offload off on the outside and a great finish. Again, I thought Will Butler gave that a little bit early there, but AJ Kant with the pace was able to run it in. Here we go, look at the double pump there, so in fact it's Brendan Cope, it bites on him. That's a cracking finish, good pace.
And again, as we saw against Coventry, there was 2 or 3 players on one there having to do that defensive work again in that corner. Actually, that was the same corner that we saw that against Coventry.
That's the downfall when you play that blitz defence. You are susceptible to that double pump option, and again out wide, they were so nervous there about going wide. Cope bit in and was able to give that ball, but all credit to Cornwall. It's a fantastic finish. I mean, it looks effortless, but it's far from effortless.
Well, perhaps an indication of the wind here is that the ball's being held on the tee here for this conversion attempt from the right.
What a cracking game we've got in our hands here, Tim.
Yeah, it's all set up nicely for a last 40 minutes of the season here for the fans that are in. As Robson comes forward now, strikes that one. He started it to the right and it's going to stay to the right. And play will be able to resume, so not half-time just yet. Jersey Reds leading 17 points to 10, and there is an opportunity with the physios have been on a couple of times, haven't they? So a bit of time added on here at the end of this first half. So 17-10.
It'll be interesting to see what Pirates do here, whether they just kick it out, take the 7-point deficit, or they look to try and play from deep and maybe force their hand and could lead to a Jersey opportunity.
Well, I think this will be the last play, or nearly the last play, so we'll see what sort of ambition there is here. No ambition from Tom Duncan. He's happy to just fire the ball off and accept 17-10 at half-time. Jersey Reds in the lead then at the break, and I think Harvey Billion will be really chuffed with the way his side have performed in spells. There's been some difficult moments too, but I think overall he'll be pretty happy if Harvey's ever happy.
Yeah, you said it, not me. I wouldn't mind playing for Jersey all the time again. But I think he will, but again, it's so frustrating there at the end. I mean, Jersey, they had all the momentum, and now Cornwall, the tides have kind of flipped. So half-time probably coming at the right time for both teams here, so it'll be interesting. But there's so many positives from a Jersey perspective to take. I mean, they've looked so threatening in attack, and that set piece has been a real demon for them. So if Pirates are able to nullify that and get their interlick play on the backs, it could bode for a real good second half.
So the way the first half unfolded then, Jersey into a 10-0 lead, penalty, and then Williams' converted try as he sprinted through, catching a high one from Green to go over and put Jersey 10-0 up. Pirates did really well to get back into it straight away, going over with Schickling from close range on his debut to narrow the gap. Then Jersey able to get their second try. Owen Clark, the hooker, going over away to our left. And then right at the end of the half, in the penultimate play of the half, AJ Kant back from injury with a try in the corner, and 17-10 at the break then here at the Stade Santander International. Second half coverage to come, of course, with myself, Tim Fryer, and Harry Cochran, the former Hartbury man, alongside me. Plenty to come during this half-time break then. We'll move on to something a little bit different now. We've been speaking to some of the Jersey Reds players in recent times, and we've been really asking them all the tough, the difficult, the hard-hitting, the really important questions.
And cutting-edge co-working facilities. A space to work, to co-work, for teamwork. Free, bookable meeting rooms with the latest audio-visual equipment. A space that inspires and motivates to help you to achieve your goals. More than a cafe, more than a bank, the Santander Work Cafe.
stands out head and shoulders above the rest, George Spencer. Terrible sense of music. Yeah. Good word.
George Spencer.
George Spencer.
George Spencer.
George Spencer.
George Spencer by a country mile.
George Spencer's had some really difficult times in the gym.
And George Spencer's in there.
Spencer, yeah, George Spencer's bad.
George Spencer.
Spencer, 100%.
I've heard he's getting quite a lot of stick for it.
It's one type of genre.
He's had some really, really difficult times in the gym.
Too much from George, yeah.
You're mid-squat feeling like you should be tripping out to some sort of
3 a.m. in an underground club. It's actually difficult to listen to. Sometimes he puts that on the gym after walk out.
Yeah, Spencer's worst.
Bart is second worst.
Yeah, Bartels is like a mix of country and...
Jack Higgins gave me a CD collection and it is probably the worst CD collection you have ever seen.
I'm not backing you for gym music, like.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got done some very, very weird corridors.
TJ tends to put on Barry White.
George Spencer gets a lot of abuse for his gym music, like, but I actually quite like it.
So just we were saying, we've been speaking to the players, asking them some big questions, some great answers that have been coming out, and thanks for them for the spirit in which they've got involved in that. Half time here at the Stade Santander International, Jersey Reds with a narrow 17 points to 10 lead. We're all set up for a cracking second half, and we will bring that to you live here on Jersey Reds TV this afternoon. Let's hear now from the head of athletic performance, Jim Maloney, who, as we've known for a short while, is to leave the club at the end of the season, which is, 40 minutes away. Taking up a role after 6 years here at Jersey Reds. He's going to be off to Guinness Pro 14 side Benetton Rugby, and Jim's been reflecting on his time in the Channel Islands.
I suppose I haven't thought about it that much, if I'm being brutally honest. I try to live day by day rather than look back. I suppose initially why I came here was I wanted to test myself to run my own department. It was always an ambition of mine, and it's ultimately given me a vast amount of confidence, really. I think we've consistently been a team that's been competitive, tough, take pride in how we are physically.
Jim has been a fantastic support to me. He was absolutely the right man to get on board. He has been instrumental in bringing the club, or giving the club the reputation they have today over the last 4, 5, 6 years. He's been a huge part in building the culture, their environment, the edge, the commitment of the players.
If the players know how much you care, they'll buy into the programme more. But you've got to try and feed into the players, say hello to them every day. Like, small things like that make a big difference. Like our morning monitoring, we take a lot of pride in seeing how the players are and asking questions on them, whilst maybe that attention to detail isn't there in every club. But it's about the person, what they want to achieve, how they want to get there. You know, is the Premiership a goal of theirs? Then yeah, okay, then let's work on that. What do we need to do to help you try and get there? If the physical isn't what's letting you down, what do we have to do from a rugby perspective to improve you? So it's all tied in together.
One of the big things in the Championship is resource, and S&C can be a point of difference. Jim's made sure that our S&C is a point of difference in the Championship, and that gives players the confidence to know that if they're being trained by Jim, they are going to be Premiership ready.
He's a consummate professional, works very hard, he practices what he preaches, and I've really enjoyed working with him, and he's got his own style which has worked fantastically well for me. Creates a real robustness which allows you to play under the conditions of a championship season, which can be quite attritional, tough at time. So all credit to him. He's been worth his weight in gold for this club.
He's been fantastic for me to bounce ideas off, and he's going to be a real, it's going to be tough not having him around. We'll definitely miss him, but we will wish him well in the future.
I spent 6.5 years here. I came for 2. I got married and had a child, so it went a little longer than I had originally envisaged. It's a new challenge. I've plenty of challenges in front of me, of the obvious language barrier, but it's one I'm really looking forward to. It comes back to the very fundamental of everything. It's who they are as a person, and finding what motivates them, and them holding me to account to ensure I'm doing that environment for them, and the other way around as well. But Jersey will always be home. My wife and my child are from Jersey, We've in-laws here, so yeah, I'll be around. Yeah.
He's done a remarkable job at Jersey Reds over the last 5 or 6 years. Half-time in the rugby in the Green King IPA Championship, 17-10 Jersey Reds lead against Cornish Pirates. Now, panorama, question time, Jeremy Paxman, you know, all those tough questions. Our questions to the Jersey Reds players, nothing like that.
I would actually take Jim, because I would just need something to annoy him, and his temper would see us through.
Who are we facing? We're facing other gladiators? Or?
Who's willing to go to death?
Cookie.
Cookie.
He's hard.
Definitely,
He's
yeah,
very
his
hard.
nails.
Cookie for both of us, I think.
Probably Cookie as well.
Not savvy.
Cookie.
Cookie would be good.
Cookie.
Oh, yeah.
Cookie Matthew. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
None of us lot, no, I don't know.
Especially with his haircut the way it is now, because he looks scary ass.
A bad man.
Yeah, he's made of granite, that kid. He's
Cookie, there we go.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
a
take
tough
that.
Cookie.
The popular answer around the front has been Cookie.
Tough Cookie,
literally.
literally, yeah.
It's hard to look past that, to be fair. If I wouldn't turn down Cookie now.
It's the obvious choice. I imagine it's probably the same answer everyone's given there.
But I do think I would go with Kyle the White Rhino.
Kyle, I reckon as well.
He'd definitely be the one I think I'd be most afraid to fight against.
And it'd look good without a top on as well.
You always have to make it awkward.
Z, cannon fodder.
I would say Z, but
Chuck him in, yeah, it's got to be, isn't it?
you know how you get into battle and you see on like Vikings and stuff where they're mid-battle and they swing, they lose their sword and they're about to get killed. You chuck them a new sword and he'll just probably drop it. So you can't really.
As he would lose his sword and drop the one you throw in the
When they come through the door,
Yeah, it's the first one I get him with the ball.
just feed them to the lines.
I'm thinking Tom Williams, just because his pain threshold is through the roof. Like at the minute, he thinks he's got an ACL issue and he's putting plasters on his knee. That's what I'm dealing with, so I'm definitely having him next to me.
Santander International, proud sponsors of the Jersey Reds, are excited to introduce the Santander Work Cafe in the heart of St Helier, Jersey. A unique space where everyone is welcome. It's a place to relax and recharge with great tasting, sustainably sourced coffee and locally produced fresh food by the amazing team at Cargo. It's a place to meet, to connect, to bond with free, super fast Wi-Fi and cutting-edge co-working facilities. A space to work, to co-work, for teamwork. Free, bookable meeting rooms with the latest audio-visual equipment. A space that inspires and motivates to help you to achieve your goals. More than a cafe, more than a bank, the Santander Work Cafe.
So half-time, if you are just joining us, good to have you with us. You've missed a cracking half of rugby. Jersey Reds leading 17 points to 10 against Cornish Pirates at the break on this last weekend of the Green King IPA Championship season. Harry Cochran, the former Hartbury man, is alongside me. It really was a well-contested half, wasn't it? It was a good watch.
Yeah, it was a fantastic watch. I mean, both teams looking to play that expansive brand of rugby and being pretty successful. I think Jersey's set piece had the dominance, and that's probably why it's given them the 17-10 lead. But again, Pirates 1 or 2 passes away from that scoreline being flipped over, so it makes for a cracking second half.
Do you share the same view as me that this is on the edge and could kick off at some point in the second half? Because I think both these teams sense that they've got what it takes to win this game. It's been a little feisty on and off the ball in that first half.
Yeah, I think if half-time came at a good time. I think both tempers were boiling over. And you see the ref having to speak to a few of the players and actually penalising them. So whether or not that initial warning might make them change their mind, I don't know. But it makes for a fantastic watch and a scintillating watch, so I'm not complaining.
Well, we're not far away from the start of the second half. The sun is out here in the Channel Islands, some blue sky, and the replacements are out on the pitch going through their warm-up. The way the first half panned out then, Jersey Reds into a 3-0 lead. We had to wait for, a good quarter of the game, half of the half, for the first points to be scored. When they came Jersey's way with a Brendan Cope penalty, putting the Reds ahead. Williams was the first try scorer, got his hat-trick in the first half against Hartbury last week, and he went over again in the first half. This week latched on to what was an excellent kick from Max Green, the scrum half, from the back of the ruck, because he gave his teammates a chance to get up there, and when Williams was able to take the ball, which he did brilliantly, there was only one result as he ran through to score. Yeah, too often or not we see a clearance kick goes along, and it's kind of almost a waste opportunity. Like there, he gave Tom Williams the chance, but I mean, the skill level needed to be able to rise in the air like that, take it above his head, and then hit the ground and apply that acceleration was a pleasure to watch. It was fantastic. Well, the Pirates are just making their way back out onto the pitch now, and I was really impressed with the way they were able to hit back there at 10-0 down with the front rower, Schickering, going over, or Schickeraling, sorry. Lovely pronunciation. Thank you. The former Namibian under-20 on his debut did really well to go over. As Jersey Reds now make their way back out. And it was one of those games where the Pirates were able to narrow the gap, but then Jersey pulled away again. Clark, the hooker, going over from close range to extend Jersey's lead to 17 points to 5. But then what could be a really important moment in this game where was AJ Kant able to go over right at the end of the first half with the penultimate phase of the half and narrow the deficits to 17-10. It was another well-taken try by the Pirates. Yeah, they're such an irritating team to play against, because when you think you have them, they bounce back. I mean, they're such a close-knit group of players, and I think that's shown there. Like their ability to bounce back and score points when they're under the pressure is phenomenal, and all credit to them. Well, both these teams with big wins against Hartbury in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Which side's going to come out on top in this one on the last day of the Greene King IPA Championship season? Jersey with a narrow lead then as the second half starts. Big hit there. That's that Dan Foster again. I'll tell you what, he is phenomenal in that contact area. Yeah, been standout player this afternoon for the visitors. Jersey's still with the ball though, able to keep possession. I think he's thinking about the kick here, he is. And it takes it down to halfway with the Pirates, with Duncan the captain, big towering number 8, and he takes the ball into that contact. Now with Kant, the try scorer, he's tackled. He's looked good when he's got his balls in hand. I like to see him get the ball in his hands a little bit more this half. He's looked pretty dangerous in attack. Van Bredar picks that one up on an awkward bouncing ball and fires it down the right hand side for Jersey, going left to right in the second half. Good take looking over his shoulder by Robson. Just down in front of our commentary position now. And again, Jersey quick to get the tackles in. Is that going to be turnover ball? No, this is going to come out Pirates' way. And I wonder the referee, I thought for a minute he might be reaching for his card, which would have been a bit harsh, but no, just the penalty it is. And the Pirates get the decision there at the breakdown and able to fire this one into opposition territory. And a chance to breathe to him. What a start this has been. Cornwall probably looked to push this deep into Jersey territory. Yeah, not huge angle to work with here for the fly half, but he's found touch somewhere near the 22 down the Pirates' left. Important for the Pirates here to get the first score at the start of the second half. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because Pirates' drive hasn't been operating too well, so whether they give the chance the likes of Malik Holden in the back from AJ Kant and Will Butler time to use their feet in midfield, or whether they try and drive Jersey to death. I should think they'll go for the first option, hopefully. Been a mixed bag at the line out so far. This one's gone long and it's taken well, and well worked move this by the looks of things. Little pass inside into the winger Tommy Wyatt, who'd come into the line there. Great line. Yeah, again, cutting back against that blitz defence. It's good play this from the Pirates, handling the ball well. A little miss pass there, and out the back of the hands. That's lovely down the right. All getting a bit tight though, so infield they come. A lovely handling there from the Pirates as the ball made its way into the backs. AJ Kant again, he's got such sleight of hand. It's a pleasure to watch. He's going for the crossfield kicker, no? Did think about it, did Robson, but runs into some traffic instead. About 15 metres out here, the Pirates.
Yeah, looking threatening, Pirates, and the penalty to come for their good tempo. What I really liked about Pirates is the tempo they played with. They didn't really give Jersey a chance to set. And when you don't give a defence a chance to set, then it's pretty hard to get that speed off the line, and you're going against a passive D, which is what Pirates will want to exploit.
Well, that one finds a touch over the top of the new big screen over in the corner. And rather than hitting it, which is not what you want when you've just purchased a new big screen. So over the top it goes, it finds a touch, and line out for the Pirates it will be when we get started. But there's a Jersey player down getting some treatment, so a chance for the water carriers to come on, some refreshments, because it's been a whole 3 minutes since they last had a drink, so they need some more. On they come, just in case they didn't get enough drink at half time.
Well, looking at some of the size of them boys, Tim, I think they need every rest opportunity they can get. It's a lot of weight to be carrying around out there, I tell you.
Well, it's going to be a replacement here, and on comes James Elliott, I think it is there, coming on for Harvey Billion's men.
He was kind of his go-to man at the start of the season, and obviously Max coming on loan, he's a fantastic operator, so James hasn't really got much opportunity. And speaking of him during the week, he's obviously been quite frustrated about that, so he's got a good 35 minutes to try and put his stance on the game here, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Taking out the line out. Pirates looking for a score at the start of this second half that will give them real hope of leaving with all the points this afternoon. 2 tries apiece as things stand. I just wonder if Jersey had somehow ripped the ball in there. Just the momentum of them all suddenly changed and Jersey get the decision.
It's such a strength for Jersey, and time after time they're able just to nullify Pirates' source. I mean, it's fantastic from Jersey. 5 metres out to be able to flip the switch like that, it's an awesome outcome. And again, that's what lifts morale. You can hear the crowd there. I mean, that will radiate throughout the Jersey team, and hopefully now a clean exit. I mean, that's stuff like that's game changing.
Third home game of the season for Jersey Reds. Of course, the rest of the teams will have split it 5 and 5, but Jersey just wanting to get into this championship season with restrictions of travel into the Channel Islands at the start of the campaign, basically offering up, saying, we'll play more of our games away, just get this season going, and then we'll take our 3 home games when they come. And it's worked well, because for all of those 3 games, each of them, Jersey have been able to get a crowd of around 1,000, over 1,000 in to watch, and they've been treated to a brilliant display against Nottingham in the first game, not so positive against Coventry, and then a really watchable game, watchable 45 minutes so far here in this third of the 3 home games. Right, at the scrum.
Good shove from Pirates.
Yeah,
great shove from Pirates.
Yeah, they're looking strong here at this scrum, the men from Penzance, but Jersey get the decision and we'll get an opportunity to clear their lines.
Like Pirates had the initial shove there. I don't know what he's penalised them for. Early engagement.
Kick finds touch from Brendan Cope again, not much of an angle to work with, finds touch in front of a Jersey flag over on the far side. Proudly draped over the banner.
Jersey looking quite laboured towards that line, aren't they? Taking all the time.
Yeah, with a 7-point lead at the moment.
That's definitely not straight.
That was a Macaulay Cook, I think, who had to arch his back to get anywhere near taking that. And yes, not straight, so Pirates will have the possession at the scrum. And we were saying earlier, there is a bit of a breeze. We saw on a couple of Brendan Cope's kicks, didn't we, away to our left, how they bent round.
I like that, Tim, given the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I don't think it was the best throw, but I like that, Tim, always the positive.
It's just those lines. When the wind is up, you have to throw it not straight to be straight, so you've not got much of a...
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Not got much of a chance, have you? But it's kind of, you're asked to do something that's impossible, which is to throw a ball straight when the wind is blowing.
He'll tell you it's about Gale Force 8 out there. You watch after the game.
Maybe stretching to Force 2 if they're lucky. But no, we have to. I mean, we said in the previous game, it's the nature of being in an island, isn't it? We often get those conditions. But so far, the kicker's done well. Cope with coming into this game with 77 points, top point scorer in the league, and more to his name again this afternoon as well. And Pirates then feels like an age since that non-straight line out, but eventually we'll get back underway with the scrum. This is a bit better from Jersey. Yeah, they had the momentum there, started to wheel. Referee playing advantage now, call it back. Jersey penalty at the scrum, and the forwards love it. They celebrate like it's a try there, Jersey.
Sometimes
they absolutely love that, don't they?
Yeah, brilliant. Sometimes a momentum swing like that's just as important as the 3 points, almost a try. I mean, Jersey, and I love that when the bats come flying and doing absolutely no work, but they come flying with the morale, and as a forward, they must love that.
Many backs like me will have no idea what's going on in the scrum, but quick to celebrate when the forwards seemingly do their business. The skinnier, I know you haven't seen me on screen this afternoon, but not built for the scrum, I think it's fair to say.
No.
Leave that to the bigger lads.
Yeah, just clap loudly, slap them on the back and stay out that way.
Pretend you know what's going on, give them a pat on the back and move on swiftly. But yeah, wild celebrations from Jersey there really to support their forwards, and they've from that scrum penalty kicked a touch, and it's just it's not clean.
Again.
And yeah, again not
straight.
Not going to Jersey, but have they? It's knocked on from the Pirate hand, so yeah, it will be Jersey. So not the cleanest line out, but Jersey will get the decision in there. 17-10, no points in the second half. In those first 8.5 minutes of this second half, we remain at the half-time score of 17 points to 10. Both teams with 2 tries in the game. The Reds scores from Clark and Williams, and the Cornish Pirates going over with Shikaraling. I can't get my head around the number of syllables in that name. And AJ Kant as well, much shorter surname, with the second score just before half-time. 17-10 then, and now with the scrum.
Be interesting to see if they go with the 9 wraparound play again. Yeah, I think they are. Watch the 9 come around the back. Here we go.
Yeah, this James Elliott, who's on now at scrum half. On for Max Green a short while ago, who's made his last appearance to the club. The ball's gone forwards, and it'll be Pirates ball this time at the scrum. Just a little scrap here in the last 5 minutes, four minutes or so.
Yeah, I think we're having Cope at 10 though. He's really dangerous. He likes to he's quite a big physical presence, and he likes to take the line. Unfortunately, just getting caught out there. But from an attacking point of view, when you've got a 10 who takes it to a line, it's so hard to defend, because a passive 10 you enable just to push off, whereas when he takes it to the line, then defenders have to bite, and it enables space out wide. So probably the right option there, just poor execution, unfortunately.
The ball with the scrum half. Brasilia been with the Pirates a couple of years now, and referee will ask the packs to come together. Referee's had a lot to do this afternoon, and he's going to see there. Which way is he going to view that? It looked like the Pirates front row went straight to ground on the initial contact there, but looks just like a reset. Referee's happy that it's just a simple reset, and they'll go again. On the 10-metre line in the half that the Reds are attacking, the Pirates are defending. Not too many try-scoring opportunities at the start of this second half. Pirates had the line out down in the corner, but a lot of the play's been towards the middle of the park in the first 10 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, if Pirates can get a solid platform here, they've got 2 attacking platforms to go from. I'd like to see them go out right with the likes of Malik.
Sturdier scrum this time.
Now they're coming to the left. Great ball.
Yeah, and looking to get the ball wide as quickly as they possibly can into the centres. And that pass from Butler is not able to be picked up, and so the ball now on the ground at the ruck. Jersey have got possession of it. Wondered if the ref was playing an advantage there. May well have been, but play continues.
It looked like he was tackled about the ball there, Tim.
But James Elliott now at the back of the ruck, the replacement scrum half. Kick over the top for Barnes to chase onto himself. And the referee's going to call it back. He had been playing some advantage. They come right over to this near side and Jersey penalty.
Pirates look like they might have just executed a little bit of space out wide there, but Jersey dealt with it really well. Something that against Coventry, Jersey weren't able to do. But again, their reload rate in order to get their scramble D in place has been fantastic today.
Penalty for the Reds. Brendan Cope with the ball in hand.
Great kick.
Isn't messing around with that one. Cope makes some good ground down the right-hand side. And Jersey will have a line out just outside the 22, maybe 5-10 metres outside the 22, away to our right-hand side. The Reds still with that narrow 17-10 lead. Same score that we had at half-time.
Now here's something you don't see often, Tim. 9 in the line-up, 9 at the front.
And it's gone relatively long as well. It's not gone to hand, it's gone loose as Rodri Davis readies himself on this near side, but there's a breakthrough here. Brilliant burst of speed from Dan Barnes. Takes play down to about 15 metres out. Referee's going to give Jersey the decision here as well. It was a great burst through, and was Barnes, wasn't it, the centre, who made brilliant ground, just spotted the gap, was able to burst through.
Yeah, the purple sea just kind of parted for him, didn't he? He exploited the hole very well, put the hammer down, and a great covering defence from Tommy Watt.
A change at scrum half for the visitors then. Rhodri Davis on his last appearance for the club. They announced just a day or so ago that it would be his last appearance, his 23rd outing for the Pirates for the replacement scrum half. So both teams with their replacement number 9s on for now.
Yeah, he's a real live wire, Rhodri, coming off the bench. And that's actually JB's last game. He signed for Hartbury for next year after he put 50 points on him a couple of weeks ago. So both 9s leaving.
So Reds have the scrum, and they have it in a really good position here, well inside the 22, away to our right. It's a bit of cloud cover or hazy cover somehow. A lot of blue sky out there, but somehow the sun just being covered briefly here. A lot of the spectators in with their sunglasses on. Again, another good turnout at the Stade Santander International for this final game of the Green King IPA Championship season. And at the moment, most of them will be leaving pretty happy, but still a lot of work to do in this game. Still just under half an hour to go. Jersey with the attacking scrum then. Picked up by Argyle, the number 8, and as he does so, the referee penalises Cornish Pirates. The Reds think about taking it quickly. Brendan Owen fancied a tap and go, but thought better of it in the end and come back for a more traditional pen.
The front three will be screaming at him there. There's no chance he's taking that quick. Again, there should be looks like there'll be a card coming. The Jersey having so much dominance in that area, you'd like to think in that red zone there'll be a card coming. I'd like to see them going for a scrum again there, Tim.
Well, line out is the decision, corner is the decision, and Clark, who got Jersey's second try, is over there on that 5 metres to take it. Again, well attended line out. And again, Jersey now will go for this drive. I think it's Clark who's got the ball tucked under his right arm at the back of this maul again. Jersey 5 metres out, looking for a third try this afternoon. Pirates desperate to repel. Pirates knowing they could really do with the next score in this game, but it's Jersey on the attack. And they've got an advantage coming their way if they don't get to the line. Now there's going to be a card coming out here. And it's a yellow card for the Cornish Pirates man, and they'll be down to 14 for the next 10 minutes.
Is it Buchanan that's gone to the bin? It is the number 8. It was coming, wasn't it? All that pressure. I think they'll probably go for the corner again. Again though, or maybe a scrum with a 7-man scrum, already having dominance in that area. No, corner.
Corner again is the decision for the Reds, knowing they've got that man advantage now for the next 10. Yeah, and it's Duncan is the man in the bin for the next 10 minutes. The skipper, number 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you give away a certain amount of penalties in that area, a yellow card's almost inevitable there. And you've got the consensus that there's a try coming in for Jersey. All this pressure, they need something to come away with this, even if it's maybe 3 points. They need some points to show for their pressure.
We saw that replacement for Jersey at scrum half a short while ago. Max Green coming off. He's had his head injury assessment. He's not coming back on, we understand. So James Elliott there at scrum half for the remainder of this one, you would think, with the 25 minutes plus still to go. In comes the lineup. Can Jersey get something from this passage of play, which has looked promising? Again, I think it's Clark who's got that ball at the back of the maul. It's not making good ground yet. Now they're going to go. Now 3 yards out maybe. Hard to see where the ball is. I think it's still with Clark. He's just short of the line, is he? Yeah, referee watching carefully. The Pirates remember defending a man down. So Jersey looking to go wide, but it's going to be Van Bredar by the post instead. He goes over, it's Jersey's third score, and the Reds take a 22 points to 10 leads.
Yeah, cracking line from that. Again, Jersey not exhausted there. They had the overlap, and Scott Van der Brie, he cuts a fantastic line back in against the defence there, and it's almost undefendable. Cracking finish. And again, you have to say Jersey worthy of the points there, and nice to show that all that pressure does lead to points for them.
Yeah, Pirates had worked hard, hadn't they, in there, but the yellow card coming, and eventually when Jersey looked to, I say work the ball wide, they didn't need to work it fully wide because they were able to kick from beside, or to score beside the posts and give Cope an easier conversion attempt. They did have a man further wide, but Van Bredar was able to go over just to the left of the posts.
Yeah, he had advantage played there again. I think the ref was reaching for the pocket for another yellow, so although Jersey got the try there, almost might have been better off with the penalty, but again, cracking finish. And you love to see that when the forwards have exhausted it and the back's able to finish it. First phase is cracking. I mean, there'd be nothing more frustrating from a forwards point of view if they got out there and butchered it. But again, a player of Van Breeda's quality, he's not going to butcher it from there.
Well, third try for Jersey as they look to finish the season as high up the table as they can. Cornish Pirates with a win today and push themselves up towards that top half of the table. Pirates knowing they need at least a point to be guaranteed a top 4 finish, but hopes will still be here of getting away from the Channel Islands with a win, but they definitely need the next score now, the Cornish Pirates.
Yeah, you touched on it there, Tim. Next points are crucial. It's a must for them.
And Jersey know one more.
Oh, Mal, what a take!
Jersey know one more try, and they're looking for a 5-point haul from the game as well, with 3 tries already to their name. Williams, Clark and Van Breda, the scorers for the home side.
I tell you, they're looking promising here. It's another cracking line, good tempo in.
Pirates attacking with their 14 men, and it's with the fullback Cunt. And then
That's
into
crossing.
Frost.
That's crossing.
Perhaps some obstruction in there. Referees allowing play to continue, and it's been dragged into touch anyway.
Here we go.
And a few afters here. Danny Cutmore, the 6'7" man, is in there.
I'll tell you one thing, Tim, you would not find me anywhere near there. I'd be on the wing running.
We talked about my lightweight size earlier on. Yeah, 6'7" of Danny Cutmore in there.
Yeah, we need to step ladder on some, wouldn't we?
You won't see me in a pushing match with him. It would be. Sorry, Mr. Cutmore. Yes, you're right. Ultimate decision is no crossing in the middle there, and it will be a line out for the Reds down their right. And that's taken by Farrance, the second row, Zach Farrance. Not always been involved this season, but in there in the second row for the Reds today.
Great drills from Jersey again. Jamie's going to need some blockers in here to get this kick away. This could be susceptible to a charge down, especially with the 6'7" lock.
Well, James Elliott it is who manages to get his kick away.
That's a fantastic kick.
Taken just in front of us by Tommy Wyatt, the winger, having to come in field. Nice offload. That's good work from Pirates in the midfield into the centre. Parata. And then out wide. This is good from the Pirates. Remember, they're attacking here with the 14 men and worked the ball really nicely there. Some good handling in the midfield.
Yeah, definitely. Again, with that one-man deficit, they're able to spread the ball wide. It's all credit to them. Here we go.
Bolwell it is who's taken up the play. He's tackled about 15 metres out of Jersey Stoner. No, that's well picked up. Davies on his last outing for the club. He's tackled. Pirates, are they going to get there? They are, and it's a third try for the Pirates. And every time Jersey get themselves into a decent lead, back come the Pirates, and credit to them, a man down and over they go by the posts.
I told you they're such an irritable team, Pirates. They just don't go away. They just keep coming back and back, and again, it's through that man. It's through the hooker. He's been outstanding today. You can obviously see why he's got his contract for Wasps. And again, you probably felt like he should have given that there, but 1 metre out, he's probably not going to pass it, is he? And a cracking finish to Dan Frost.
Frost about to leave the club and heads to the Premiership, but going over here for the visitors, getting their third try, and now both teams will be looking at that 4-try bonus point with, 20 minutes still to play.
Yes, the width Pirates are able to put on the ball as well as that first man. It cuts about 3 of the Jersey defenders out. So Jersey just needs to set a little bit wider. We've got a right game on our hands now.
Yeah, no problem with the conversion. The extras are added. And what's that? A deficit now, or a gap of 7 for the Pirates to try and haul in. So a converted try between the sides.
And almost when you score a try with Man and Sid, it almost feels like a double bubble scenario. So Pirates, they'll get really energised from that.
As the sun comes out again, and we head into the last quarter of this game, the last 20 minutes of the Green King IPA Championship season. And both teams in with a chance of heading away with a victory today. Can't go to both teams, of course. One side will leave the Channel Islands happy. Well, Pirates could leave the Channel Islands happy. Jersey will be looking for a 5-point haul. They'll need one more try to do it, and looking to get themselves the victory that would propel them up firmly into mid-table.
Thought that might be an accidental offside there, but no. Again, Scott van der Breede putting cracking pressure on AJ Cant there, and unfortunately forcing the knock on. And again, sloppy from Pirates, something you don't associate with Pirates. And now Jersey with a great attacking platform, centre field.
Yeah, I was speaking to Harvey Billion before and talking about how important it is to finish on a high, because you've got a lot of players leaving. Both of these teams would be wanting to send them off in style, those players leaving the clubs, and also to finish as high up the league as possible. I was speaking to Harvey and saying, you know, you're not going to get relegated, there's no relegation, you're not in a title race, so how do you get that momentum into the side? And he was talking about that idea of wanting to send the players off in style.
Definitely, I think other
for
than
both teams,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
important.
Well, from a Jersey perspective, obviously, other than the little hiccup against Coventry, they've had some cracking continuity within the last few performances, and the style of play they've had between their attacking prowess within the forwards and the dancing around the backs has been pretty promising. So I think they can take a lot into next season.
James Scott is on for the Reds, and the Reds are dominating this scrum. Great ground as it now starts to turn. Out the back it comes. I think there's some advantage coming here. Picked up on the bounce by the fly half Cope. Tries to pass it out of the back of the hands, but knew the advantage was coming perhaps, and play will come back to a Jersey penalty in the middle. Now, what do you do from in front of the posts here?
I think they've got to take the 3 points.
Now there's just the 7 points in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You think he'll go for the stick, surely? Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it'd almost be a touch arrogant from Jersey. They went for the corner there. Again,
yeah, with the seven point gap now.
Especially a side like Cornwall, you've got to respect them and take the 3 points whilst they were on offer. Again, it boded well for them in the first half, and they were able to build on that. So take the 3 points, make it more than a converted try.
I mean, this scrum was brilliant from Jersey. Great ground mate. And then knew the advantage was coming. Exactly, so when the ball came to Cope, he was able to try something out the back of the hand, and didn't quite come off, but knew this penalty from in front of the posts was to come.
You don't want to jinx it, but it's almost a dead cert.
Just steadying himself now, the fly half. Yeah, no problems there from Brendan Cope. As we were saying earlier, has started every game this season in the league for Harvey Bouillon's men. As Josh Bainbridge comes on for his final appearance for Jersey Reds now, and he comes on with the Reds opening up a 27 points to 17 lead, a 10-point margin now, so more than a converted try that the Pirates need in the last quarter of an hour of this one.
Yeah, look, he'll bring some serious energy coming off the pitch. He's a fantastic player, and again, he's bundles of energy and enthusiasm. Look for him to get involved pretty early on.
Jack McFarlane on out there now, I can see as well, for the Reds. The Pirates not making so many changes so far, still got some fresh legs on the bench for them, perhaps waiting for this last 15 to give them some impetus coming into the last quarter of an hour.
Great take, man. Yeah, maybe, again, especially in the back division, they haven't really had much opportunities. They're probably not too fatigued, so no need to make any changes just yet. They're not being a million miles off the pace, it's just 1 or 2 passes. So no need to change it up drastically.
So that diving in off his feet there on the ground.
Will Butler, he's penalised there.
Jersey penalty on the 10 metre.
Again, just another. It's an unforced error, and again, as a team, you speak about trying to keep them unforced errors to a minimum, and he's just not needed to do that. They had one that they secured the ball. It's probably, again, comes down to that frustrating, having had much of the ball, much of an attacking platform, and then again, you get frustrated and make a silly error like that. So.
Well, this is the change for the Pirates. 3 players coming on: Jack Andrew, Sam Rodman, and Josh Stevens, all making their way on to join the fray for the Cornish Pirates for the last 15 minutes of the season, to see if they can find something here at the end and set up a really exciting conclusion to this one. It's been pretty tight throughout. Just every time Jersey have opened up a little bit of a gap, Pirates have come straight back in. This time we've got a 10-point difference between the sides. And next score absolutely important now. If Jersey Reds were to get their 4th try, bonus point try, then you would think that would and should be enough. And they've got a drive on here down towards the 22. Great work from the pack.
Jack McFarlane has just come on as well. So dynamic in that area at the back of the maul.
Pirates getting their tackles in well. Again, they're quick up to the line, but Jersey going through the phases here and into Barnes, the centre, in front of the posts. But stolen.
Here we go.
And
Will
cleared.
Butler, he puts the hammer down.
Cleared well over halfway. Van Bredar with some work to do away to our left now. Awkward one for him, picking it up. Just about gets his kick away before it's closed down. Is it going to find touch? It does. He's done well there because he had an awkward ball to pick up. He then had to avoid the ball being closed down and charged down, and he's found a good touch on halfway.
He is so calm and concise under pressure. That was an absolutely fantastic touch finder. That from under the pressure he was on the angle, and he's able to get it near the halfway. I mean, as a forward looking up, all you can do is clap your hands and pat him on the back. That's a brilliant exit from Scott.
Cross comes Dan Frost, the hooker, for the line out ahead of his move to the Premiership. He's certainly stood out today for me for the Pirates. Scored a try as well.
Good ball.
Oh, that's a lovely little interchange on halfway. The door closed on the first occasion though, and then a good tackle from James Scott on that man Frost. And Jersey have been penalised there, and the ball not coming out again.
An extra 10.
For not releasing the ball, I think there, Jack McFarlane, for not letting them get on with it quickly, which the Pirates maybe wanted to do.
He thought he was so subtle lying on the floor there, didn't he, Tim? He thought he was having a nap, but the referee's having none of it.
Yeah, the referee's had a fair bit to contend with out there this afternoon, and
what a kick that is.
On this occasion he marches Jersey back the 10, marches the Pirates forward the 10, and just having a quick word with Jack McFarlane there about the reason for the decision, which I think was pretty obvious. So, you're right, that kick has made some good ground down the left for the Cornish Pirates. The men from Penzance looking to finish the season strong and find a try here that would set up a really exciting last 10 minutes or so. 3 tries apiece.
This looks very promising for Cornwall here, Tim.
Yeah, is it with Frost again at the back, the hooker? I think it is. Just held up, and the referee just asking them to now use the ball. I think it's into Wyatt, the winger. He's come in field and he's tackled about 10 metres out. Again, you could hear the noise of that tackle from up here in the commentary position. Into Bolwell. Now, has that been stolen? That's really good work there to turn over possession for the Reds. And they have defended well today.
They've done what Coventry did then recently again. Oh, that's not a great kick, that one. But yeah, again, like you touched on, their defence has been brilliant. They haven't given an inch in any. He was into him. His eyes lit up.
Was it Jack McFarlane trying to run in from 60 yards? I'm not sure what's going to happen.
No, I'd have backed me before I backed him. That's a long old way for him to run in.
As it is, the Pirates have got the ball back. And they look to go down the narrower side this time in the Jersey sunshine.
Here we go.
Heading towards the last 10 minutes of this championship season.
Pirates never die with the ball as well. They're always trying to get his offload in, and it makes it so hard for Jersey to set defence. Here we go.
Yeah, Frost has done well there again.
Knock on.
It's gone forward. Referee playing an advantage Jersey's way. They'll opt for the kick. And Jersey will be able to push out down towards halfway. Cant it is. Close to being forwards. Hard to tell whether it was, but play continues. And now a bobbling ball for the fullback to deal with inside his own 22. Gets the kick away well. Cope picks it up after one bounce for the Reds and returns it with some venom in his run. And finds Brendan Owen. Been a bit quieter than we've seen him today, but again, he's been such a good player for Jersey Reds this season as the wing. Versatile at the back. Crowd like that. Crowd like that hit, banging the boards around the ground at the Stade Santander International. And the Jersey Reds player down injured, so it just gives everyone a chance to catch their breath while some much needed treatment is given out there.
Yeah, great outcome for Jersey.
Shea Tucker on for the Pirates, by the way, now as well. So fresh legs on, and there'll be many legs out there that couldn't be described as fresh as well after. I know it's been a shortened season, but we've arrived at the last game of the season, and a real physical battle again this afternoon, so some tired legs out there for both these sides.
Yeah, definitely. As you've seen there's a big kick chase battle, and if you're not involved in the kick chase battle, so you're not kicking it as a forward, you're just constantly running shuttles, so a well-earned break and play here, because it's tough work constantly running after a ball.
Yeah, we're just seeing Brendan Cope's run here. No thoughts of kicking from Cope.
I don't think Brendan will thank him for that one. That was
fired it from close range into the contact, but yeah, Brendan Cope with no interest in a game of kicking tennis. Fancied a dart there, the fly half, who's over many seasons, in the second spell with Jersey Reds, over many seasons been Harvey Billion's go-to man there at fly half. And another impressive season from him with the boot and in open play as well.
Yeah, again, when you've got a talisman like him, like he constantly slots his kicks, and he's pretty prolific in attack. You know, he's very solid within his performances, and I think Harvey likes that within his team, and it gets good continuity for the players around him. So yeah, real go-to for a reason. He's been cracking this season.
There was a time in his spell here. I think Aaron Penberthy for a while battling for that number 10 shirt when they overlap their spells. Been a few battles over the years for that 10 shirt, but Brendan Cope seemingly making it his own this season, and has been Harvey Billion's man to turn to every single game. Billion, as we speak, calling for a yellow card in there. Referee not spotting anything, or if he has, he's happy for play to continue. Harvey taking his position just to our left hand side, so we can hear what he says. Oh, that's a little bit loose from James Elliott, and it's been stolen by his opposite number, Rodri Davis, on his 23rd and final outing for the club. Penalty given against Jersey to the Cornish Pirates there. Hasn't signalled exactly why just yet. And is he going to march Pirates forward again, or is he just... I mean, he's given the penalty to the visitors, but he seems to be having a word with the Cornish Pirates number 7 more than anyone else.
Yeah, I think he's got 30, he's got 29 other referees out there. I don't really know why everyone keeps talking. That's a cracking kick again in the corner.
Been a lot of chat from both teams throughout the 80 minutes. Sure, using the word sir and being very polite about it, but...
Absolutely, Tim.
Line out down the left for Pirates. Still plenty of time in this one. Still got time to ensure they come away from the Channel Islands with a win today if they can get this next score and give themselves a chance going into the closing stages. 3 tries apiece. The Pirates tries from Shika Ling.
It's getting better each time, Tim.
Shika Ruling, maybe. Many syllables in his name. On his debut, he's done well. Dan Frost, who's been superb as well, and AJ Cant, who's stood out. So, I mean, the try scorers are the players that have stood out for me actually this afternoon for Cornish Pirates in open play as well. Tom Williams, Scott Van Bredar and Clark, the men who've gone over for the Reds. 3 tries apiece. Both teams up to their 15-men quota after that earlier yellow card for the number 8, Duncan. And Pirates on the offensive away to our left with Jack Andrew, I think it was there, who's taken the ball into contact.
Here we go on the front foot. If they can get some speed now. Jersey not set.
Has that gone forward? Yeah, it has. Not clean, but Jersey have got a chance to break from their own 22 here. They'll fancy an expansive try here. Scott Van Bredar it is who's chasing onto it. Is it going to be a kind bounce for him? It's bounced and it's well dealt with by Rodri Davis. Bounced into his hands, but he had some work to do. Now, is he holding onto the ball on the ground for too long?
Yeah, he is.
Penalty coming Jersey's way.
Turnover.
For not releasing the ball, but they've turned it over anyway, Jersey. So, offload. The Reds know they've got that penalty coming their way if required. Brendan Cope with a chance to run here. He's got men outside him here as Cope. He's got a man down the right. Jack McFarlane it is, who we thought might run in from 60 yards a short while ago. He was thinking about running in from 16 yards that time, but the door is cut off. The door is closed, I should say. That avenue is cut off and play will go back for the original offence of holding onto the ball on the ground over on the far side.
In the last 5 minutes, he's found himself in more open space than he probably has in the whole career. I mean, he didn't really know what to do there, did he? But he put the toe down, right option.
I did fancy him more from 16 yards than 60.
Yeah. I think his odds would have been slightly better there at bookies. But again, great turnover, a fantastic little left foot nudge down the wing from Tom, and great pace shown from Scott Van der Brie. I mean, luckily.
Yeah, Van Bredar was really. The bounce wasn't kind for him, but Davis still had some work to do, didn't he, Rodri Davis? I know it bounced kindly into his hands, but then not releasing the ball on the ground, and Jersey possibly knowing they had that penalty advantage to come, able to switch the ball well out to the right-hand side, but again, McFarlane not able to ease, and just shaking his head there, the Jersey replacement front row, Jack McFarlane, he knows he's had an interesting 5 minutes or so.
I'd like to see a big sidestep from him, but again, stick to what you know, and I think his eyes would be more delighted with a scrum than finding himself in 20 metre open space.
He's been a good servant to Jersey, one of the longest serving Jersey players, hasn't he, over the years. Him out there, and then I suppose Apakuki Mafu, who, as we know, has left the club. Those players that are around for a while, we touched on Brendan Owen in his second spell, Brendan Cope in his second spell with the club after that brief period at Yorkshire Carnegie, I think it was, in between his 2 spells here. Those players that are around the club and keep that ethos going through, great to see.
Yeah, exactly. You need some good club men like that. Like you touched, you need that ethos and that continuity when the new boys coming in. You know, if it's all a new bunch of boys, then you kind of lose that, what Jersey's about. And Jack, again, he epitomises what Jersey's about. Work rate, set piece, and an absolute cracking lad. So
some replacements here for the Reds. Matty Williams coming on, Ollie Dorr also his last appearance for the club, and Jack Higgins also making his way on as well for the last 5 minutes or so here at the Stade Santander International. Yeah, closing out of this shortened season. It's been an enjoyable. I mean, it's been a weird season, hasn't it? It's been a weird time all round, but it's been an enjoyable one, and both these sides would have gone into today, hoping to finish on a positive note. We talked about sending your players off in style, and still an opportunity here for Pirates if they could get a converted try to set us up, because I sense there's probably 6 minutes to go. 7 minutes I'm being told here, so there's still time if the Pirates could get the next score, but they are going to have to do it from near their own try line here.
I like Jersey's odds here, and again they've got that right shoulder.
Looking for a fourth try.
Dealt with that really well there, Cornwall.
Looking for a bonus point try, and they got the drive on here at the maul.
Try.
They're going to get to the line and they're going to go to ground. I thought they'd got their referee watching on. Isn't so sure. I'll be interested to watch the replay there, because I thought the Reds had got to the line. It was on the wrong side for the touch judge to see, but the referee seemed to have a good view. He's going over to speak to his touch judge, who can't have had a better view than the referee, and the referee gives the try. Yeah, having spoke to his touch judge, who was blocked off by about 18 big lads, the referee, I thought it was a try from 50 yards away. He gives the try, and the Reds do indeed have their fourth score of the afternoon. They have the bonus point, and surely now are going to go away from this one with a win on the final day.
Yeah, Jersey sticking to what they know, their bread and butter, and again they've executed. It's such an impressive skill to be able to operate at the high percentage they do within that catch and drive, and such a tool for them. And again, it's used to their benefit again. And now a pretty daunting scoreline from a Pirates perspective, but Jersey will be thrilled with this.
Right, just some other scores from elsewhere. We can tell you Ampthill lost 32-28 at Bedford. Which means if the Reds can finish this one off, which it looks like they will now, although 6 minutes or so to go, the Reds will finish in 6th spot. Having gone into today in 7th spot, so they will climb one position and finish in 6th place.
Yeah, all in all, that's probably not a bad outcome from Jersey. I mean, such a disjointed season like you spoke about, and having the majority of their games away, and again they had such a large turnover of players. It's a pretty good outcome in the end for Jersey.
Well, the conversion isn't successful on this occasion. Brendan Cope, in his fluorescent yellow boots, turns back towards halfway and turns back with his team leading 32 points to 17. The last minute of normal time.
So Pirates, again, like you touched on at the beginning, they need only a point to secure that definite fourth place and the third place as well. So they'll be looking for the bonus point try here. So the 4 tries.
That'll be their aim, and still an opportunity to go away from the island with a point. Now, what's the referee seen here? Saying the ball's gone forward. I didn't quite see what the referee signalled there, but gone forwards, knock on. Yeah, must admit I didn't see that myself, but I was glancing down at my notes. Anyway, it's going to be a Pirates ball. The replacement scrum half, Rodri Davis, is, I would think, be keen to get on with this one and give the Pirates the best possible chance of getting that 4th try and getting a bonus point out of this, but it's being made to wait by the referee, who's just ensuring the packs are coming together safely. In fact, they're going to reset. And so we just await the packs coming together, and everyone can take a moment to have a little breather, because it's really slowing up some of the momentum in this game. Well, Jersey won't mind, actually, will they? Jersey will love that if some of this time that ticks away can be eaten up here, with everyone waiting for this scrum to take place. Now it comes in from Davies.
Try here from Pirates, and it's definitely not over.
And they get the scrum, the Pirates, and they look to take it quickly.
He's not back 10. That's definitely not 10.
It's about 6 or 7, possibly. And so the Pirates still going to keep the ball here. Yeah, looks like they've got it at the back of the ruck, and with the replacement Shannon. I wonder if they feel a penalty should have been coming there for not back the 10, and then an opportunity to kick for the corner and see what happens. As it is, it's with Davies, and that's gone a little loose, but picked up by the visitors, who will still have hopes of getting away from the Channel Islands with something to show for their effort.
What an option from Malik.
Yeah, it's a lovely ball forward. It's awkward. It's going to be picked up, and it is going to be the 4th try for the Pirates in the corner. And they too get their 4th try, and they too ensure they will leave this game with a bonus point at the very least to their name.
Yeah, they needed to score quick, and quick they did. That's a cracking option from Malik. Again, putting on the toe there, sometimes a little bit edgy, putting on the toe that close to the try line, but again, well executed. And that makes for a pretty nervy finish for Jersey. Not what they would have wanted.
So 4 tries scored by the Pirates. And 4 tries scored by the Reds, so both will take the bonus points for the scores. And is that through? It is. Adds the extras as well. 82 showing on the clock, and I think probably another couple to go. There will be the opportunity for the restart. 2 or 3 minutes remaining. Referee just showing the players that there's a good couple of minutes still to go in this one. So there will be time for the restart.
Now just look at this. It's good gamesmanship from Jersey. They're walking as slow as possible. And he's just calming the boys, slow as possible.
Oh, and there's no ball. That's a coincidence that there's no ball available to play with. Ah, here comes one now.
Heads.
2 minutes remaining, plus the time it's taken to find a new rugby ball. 32-24 the score, and eventually we get back underway. Now, is that going to come back Jersey's way? Picked up by Argyle, just about, and then stolen on the ground by the Pirates, who have possession again. Last minute and a half or so of this one. Last minute and a half of the season. Can the Pirates narrow the gap further? 32-24 the score to Jersey Reds.
Well, they're on here as well as it goes. Oh, he's in, he's going to give it.
There's a man inside. It is going to be another score for the Pirates, and it's Davies that goes over on his last outing for the club. His 23rd appearance, it will be his last appearance, and he leaves the Pirates. And then leaves the Pirates with the try. The conversion is taken quickly, and there will again be the chance for the restart. 1 minute remaining, and suddenly the scoreboard looks a little edgy. 32-29 the score, just the 3 points in it suddenly.
That'd be 31 they converted.
Suddenly, with the conversion up to 32-31, so suddenly things looking a little interesting.
I told you, Pirates, they just keep coming back.
They just don't go away, do they?
Relentless. But again, Jersey switching off. They got a little bit content with the try they scored, and the Pirates bounced back with 2 fantastic tries.
Well, the Pirates, as things stand, will go away with the 2 bonus points for the narrow defeat and the 5 tries now that they've scored, which would be 5 tries in defeat unless something happens in the next 30 seconds. There's 30 seconds of normal time that Jersey have got to try and survive here.
Interesting to see whether Jersey go for the completable here. They go long. Looks like the way he's lining up, he's going long.
He's gone to get the ball as far away from the Jersey half as possible, but the ball therefore means it's with Pirates. Can Jersey get their hands on the ball and then fire it out? 20 seconds or so remaining of normal time, we
what a
believe.
shot.
Now, has that been stolen? Jersey, have they stolen the ball here? How ambitious are they going to be? Just in front of the post, the ball is loose. The Reds have got it back their way, and surely now the clock will tick to dead. So what's the referee saying? He's saying penalty or knock on the floor, is he?
No, knock on.
Either way, it's Jersey's way, and that is the last moment of this game, which somehow, and credit to the Pirates, became ridiculously close in the last few moments with those late scores. The Pirates have scored 5 tries, but they end up on the losing side, but they will take the 2 bonus points away from this game, 1 for losing by less than 7, 1 for scoring the 5 tries. Jersey Reds take 5 points away from the game and win 32 points to 31. I believe that means the Reds finish 6th in the Green King IPA Championship table. But Harry Cochrane, that all got pretty close, and credit to the Pirates for the way they finished that game and just wouldn't go away.
What a cracking finish, yeah, like you said, all credit to Pirates. Such a frustrating, the self-belief within the team to come back from that, what was a 16-point deficit at the time, was just fantastic, and you've got to commend them for their efforts of coming back, and you almost have to feel slightly sorry for them at the end. But Jersey, all in all, probably the deserving winners there. They played some scintillating rugby at times and came out on top, and probably summed up a pretty good season in the end for Jersey from where they were at, and a cracking finish.
I mean, at one point in that game, Jersey Reds led 32-17, and I think I kind of said it was game over. I was getting a bit edgy about that when it was 32-31. I think Harvey Billion would have been a little edgy. He's down on the pitch at the minute speaking to Alan Paver, his opposite number. Of course, Billion, an ex-Cornish Pirates player as well. He will have enjoyed that one, and I think he'll be pretty happy with the way certain things have gone this season. There's been a couple of dominant displays against Nottingham, against Hartbury, a couple of other good wins in there as well, and then this win today, just about getting over the line.
Yeah, don't underestimate how fantastic a team Cornish Pirates are. I mean, they're so established in the league as some of the top runners. So a win today is a fantastic result for them. And again, probably what they needed to finish off their season well. And they can now take great momentum going into next season. again, like you touched on in the pre-game, they've got a lot of players staying, so that continuity, that's hopefully going to correlate through to next season, and they can push on and hopefully finish higher than 6th. Yeah, cracking game to finish on.
Well, Cornish Pirates do finish in the top 4. We need to have a look at results elsewhere just to see how well up the table they have finished, and we think Jersey will be 6th if our calculations are correct. So that brings the Green King IPA Championship season to a close. It's been a shorter season than normal, but it's been a season at one point that didn't look like it was going to happen. So it's been great to get the rugby in, and the fans again have been treated to a really watchable game here to end the season. Harry, thank you for your contributions, not just today but over the course of those 3 home games on the commentary. Been good to work alongside you. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest, and we will be back. I'm sure there'll be further coverage on Jersey Reds TV. There'll be reaction on Jersey Reds TV and on the Cornish Pirates social media channels and websites of the 2 clubs as well. Thank you for finding us on this broadcast as well after some technical problems in the early stages as well. So it's been great to have you with us wherever you've been around the world. Hope you've enjoyed the season. Hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's game here in the Channel Islands. Jersey Reds winning only just by 32 points to 31 against the Cornish Pirates. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Santander International, proud sponsors of the Jersey Reds, are excited to introduce the Santander Work Cafe in the heart of St Helier, Jersey. A unique space where everyone is welcome. It's a place to relax and recharge with great tasting, sustainably sourced coffee and locally produced fresh food by the amazing team at Cargo. It's a place to meet, to connect, to bond, with free, super fast Wi-Fi and cutting-edge co-working facilities. A space to work, to co-work, for teamwork. Free, bookable meeting rooms with the latest audio-visual equipment. A space that inspires and motivates to help you to achieve your goals. More than a cafe, more than a bank, the Santander Work Cafe.